The Indiana Fever are in the midst of a major roster overhaul as they prepare for the 2025 WNBA season, and fans are eagerly anticipating changes that could help build a championship-contending team. With the departure of Katie Lou Samuelson, one of the key roster moves, fans are now turning their attention to another potential change involving Caitlin Clark's teammate, Kristy Wallace. Wallace, a 29-year-old guard, is entering the final year of her rookie contract, which pays her $80,823. While her salary isn't particularly large in terms of WNBA contracts, it's become a point of contention for fans who are eager for the team to free up salary cap space in order to sign more impactful players. Despite her affordable contract, Wallace's future with the team is unclear, as her trade value isn't exactly high, and the Fever's front office has limited options for making roster adjustments. The Fever are in full rebuild mode, with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston emerging as the new stars to build around. This transformation has led to some fans expressing dissatisfaction with the current roster composition. Wallace, while not a liability, hasn't shown enough to suggest she's a core piece of the team's future. In the 2024 season, she averaged 4.7 points, 1.8 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per game in about 17 minutes of action. While these numbers aren't necessarily bad, they aren't compelling enough to drive other teams to trade for her. On top of that, with veterans like DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard now joining the Fever roster, Wallace's role on the team is becoming increasingly uncertain. Her position as a guard could be redundant, and as the team looks to make a serious push for a championship, fans are pushing for changes to better complement Clark and Boston's dynamic play. Wallace's name has been frequently mentioned in fan discussions, and many are vocal in their desire for her to be traded or moved off the team entirely. The Fever's front office is well aware of the urgency to make strategic moves, and fans have been very clear about their desires. One fan even wrote, "Kristy Wallace, your time is up soon," while others are already preparing for her exit by saying, "Thank you, Kristy Wallace. Just preparing myself." Some fans have gone so far as to suggest potential trade scenarios, such as packaging Wallace, veteran Damiris Dantas, and a 2026 first-round draft pick for Marina Mabrey, or simply swapping her for Kate Martin. However, the reality of WNBA roster management isn't as simple as fan suggestions. The Fever's front office has limited options and must be strategic with their moves. While Wallace's contract is low cost and could be a valuable asset in terms of salary cap flexibility, finding a suitable trade partner could be tricky. Her trade stock remains low, and the team may not be able to justify a buyout or salary dump. Wallace's future with the Fever may ultimately depend on her performance in the 2025 season. She has a chance to prove her worth and perhaps increase her trade value by showing improvements on the court. If she performs well, her trade value could rise, and the Fever might be able to make a move. If she fails to impress, the team could be left with limited options, with her contract expiring after the 2025 season. For Fever fans, the uncertainty surrounding Wallace is just one of many decisions the front office must make in order to turn the team into a contender. With Clark and Boston leading the charge, the Fever are clearly hoping to add more talent around them. However, the complexities of roster management, salary cap space, and team chemistry will require careful planning and execution to ensure the team's long-term success. As the 2025 season approaches, the fate of Kristy Wallace remains up in the air, and the Fever faithful will continue to watch closely as the team works to finalize its roster.